So hello guys, welcome to Steve Knows. It's the weekly update, what's been going on in the VR space, and we are packed with really interesting pieces around the future of Quest, the future of VR and AR, new tech as well, and game updates. But first though, I usually don't do this, but I've got a platform and we have a community here, and I want to spread the word around recent wildly events that have really actually quite got to me. They've really quite upset me, and I want to spread the word to see if we can oh my god, Mez, hit me up. I want to spread the word to see if we can assist the only way that we can by donating so we can provide food and water for the shelters, which in turn frees up resources so the country can protect itself and the communities there can do what they can to protect their families. So I'll link the UNICEF link down below if anyone wants to check it out. There's no pressure, but I just wanted to make it known. My god. So let's get on to the VR news anyway. What's happening in this space? Let's get started. So first of all, the version 30 update should be rolling out to some people now. This was delayed, it was not skipped, although it was rumoured that it was being skipped, but it has not. The version 37 update caused such a domino effect, the subsequent releases have been affected and are coming out later. So Gamertag posted a post from Tazuki, so shout out to you my friend, of a new boot up logo. It's no longer the Oculus logo, but a blue Meta logo. I can't test this, I don't have the update, I don't have it yet, but some of you may have it. If you restart your headset and turn it on, you're going to see the Meta logo instead of the Oculus boot up. It upsets me that Oculus is being repressed, and I know it's not really going to make much of a difference. It's still the same thing with a different branding, but to lose that brand that I have a close emotional connection with because I love VR so much, it's still kind of sad. But moving on to a win for the community. A while back now, Facebook said that, or now Meta, said that they were working on creating their own operating system for their mixed reality devices. So this raised some concerns as we currently run on an Android operating system, which is what gives us the flexibility within our headsets, and in part why the headset is successful among tech enthusiasts and at-home indie developers. So we have a win today as Meta have just reported that they have reassigned the teams that were working on this new operating system. Guy Godin said the virtual desktop developer made a good point, saying that a new OS would require an update to every single application currently available on the App Store. And it's like a living creature now. We have so many apps. That is an incredible amount of work and lots of money lost. So the 300 plus members of this team have packed it in and will be working on other things within Meta, or let go because they're not needed anymore. So as it stands, Android is here to stay. This is fantastic news. And I'm really happy to see this because it means that we're going to maintain that flexibility and not have these intense restrictions imposed upon us that they were likely going to add. And since we're already talking about the Quest space, there is some cool information here. There is also a new job listing for an antenna research scientist who is asked to focus on antenna innovations, of course, and new architectures to push forward the state of wireless technologies for augmented reality, with the specific responsibility to develop Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and cellular concepts for AR VR products. There is also a quality engineer that has experience in cellular devices and wireless carrier engineer focused on telecom networks, and a cellular firmware engineer. I really struggle saying cellular. Maybe it's my British tongue. So there's some speculation here that Meta are working on a cellular device, but I expect this to be around an AR device most likely, because you can have GPS and a data connection without the need of your phone. Much like Apple have with their watches and some of their iPads now, you don't need to have a connection to the phone to use the telecommunication networks. And we also know of the Cambria being a business-focused device, so having an internet connection would make sense. So anywhere you go, you're going to have a workspace to work on. And with 5G connections on the rise, providing high bandwidth and low latency connections, this could be a stepping stone to cloud VR services from Meta for wireless PC VR in the cloud. But I don't think this has got anything to do with Cambria. It seems quite late in the game to be hiring people to do this kind of work when we expect to see this device this year. So I do expect this to be maybe the next iteration for Rebound Stories, but I do think it's going to be for an AR device because it just makes perfect sense. There's a use case for all of these products, but I believe that's where this is going to lie. So this is something showcased by Meta, where they showed off something called a builder bot, showing off a concept of what they wanted to achieve. So this isn't out there for us all to use, but it's something that they're interested in and they're working on. And I can get down with it. This builder bot will take an input of your voice describing what it is you want to create in this world. The bot will then translate that information and generate a world based on your input. It must feel really powerful to be like, give me the clouds! And the clouds are created. This builder bot looks like a rudimentary something that has a very meta meaning I don't want to talk about here, but we can get very philosophical on this, maybe another time. It wasn't mentioned if anything is procedurally generated here or if it's predefined models pulled from a library. I would hope for the former though, so we don't end up with the same world over and over again. But if this is done well, it could save so much time in creating custom worlds and games, as long as it doesn't replace the more granular control that it currently has now in Horizon Worlds. I can't see them getting rid of that, but I hope it remains. So I'm just going to touch on this story briefly because I wasn't actually able to find the deal that they're talking about. So there was a report saying the Quest is being sold on Amazon, a handful of them, for a discount of $50. So you can grab the 128GB model for $250 or the 256GB model for $350, saving around 13 to 17%. The purchase also comes with a year warranty, which is great news since these are refurbished headsets. They're not brand new. So if you are in Australia, Mexico, Singapore, USA, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates, that was, wow, I'm really impressed I said that as fast as I did. Then check out Amazon and see you can get this offer. But the rest of us, we're stuck at full price. So this next story, this one is kind of amusing. The VR community are torn and left confused again. First, it was the animatronics from Meta, their trailer around VR, but it had a story, it was understood, and it was kind of showcasing what already exists in VR. But Vive have just showed something off called the Viverse, not the Viveverse, the Viverse. It starts off pretty cool when you see all these overlays in the real world using AR, and then goes into a full-blown VR environment where people are working, you're having these kind of social meet and greets, and you're buying wine with cryptocurrency. Then I start dozing off when we start moving between worlds, and I get more and more confused about what it is they're trying to deliver. But it is a concept trailer, so I guess they're not going to go much on the lower level info, but the community were not happy as the metaverse became the real world, but in a virtual one. And we know the metaverse can be so much more than reality. What they're showing off is basically a mix between reality and what your mobile phone does. And as I said, the possibilities are endless, yet we keep seeing these unimaginative portrayals of what it could be like. And I get why people are upset. I get why the companies take this direction as well. People are going to be upset in either direction. If we go crazy, the general consumer is going to be left confused. And if we go tame, a lot of us enthusiasts who already have, let's say, VR chat, for instance, think, why are they being so tame when you can do whatever you would like? But one thing I'm not really a fan of is this big push to replace live entertainment. That kind of upsets me. I like going to a gig. So please let me know your thoughts on this video down below, because there seems to be a mixed bag of opinions, and I'd love to hear what you think. PistolWhip just dropped their update Encore, which, as expected, gave us new levels, more modifiers, but a new game mode as well, party mode. But it's a sad mode, because we can kind of do this anyway before the update, but more on that. So the modifiers are no beat, so you remove the musical shooting element to the experience. Then you can go completely the other way, where you have a rhythmic modifier, where it's all about being accurate to the beat. And then there's targets, where people, instead of being people, become targets. But that is only available in arcade mode and party mode. So party mode, I said I was kind of upset about it because it's a pass and play mode. But it makes it easier because as you pass and play, you get put onto a separate leaderboard instead of you trying to beat your highest score every time. So it's easier to keep track amongst the party that you're playing in. But I was kind of hoping for an online mode. There's also 2 new tracks to try out called The Way Home by Magic Sword and Fist Fight by Devora. And you have to play that level as PistolWhip only, surely. It's called Fist Fight. And now to some quick fire stories to end the video to fill you in without overloading you with information, because these are just little tidbits, such as Blade and Sorcery. I didn't realize this. It's actually one of the fastest growing applications on Quest. It's got the pace of Beat Saber, so it's almost like when people get a new headset, they go, what am I going to buy? Beat Saber and Blade and Sorcery. So I think we need more games that have the acronym BS, because I'm noticing a pattern. It's in 6th place at the moment as one of the most reviewed games on the platform, and it's only had a fraction of the release time. Maybe I'll make a fun Blade and Sorcery video, because they make really, really funny videos and they're really fun to play. And Population 1 also having a map update, and I love the look of this. So you have the sun that is pink and yellow, the retro sun that we often see in retro simulation art. We have billboards ready for that sweet, sweet advertising money, taking the mick out of Kufka, and we have sweet aircrafts and neon lights. I really like the look of this. I can't wait to see what it looks like inside a headset. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. We've got new updates midweek, and at the end of the week, we've got gameplay videos and collaborations coming. So please consider subscribing. Such a little deed makes such a difference to me, and hopefully I will see you next time. Have a great week. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.